vlog. It's now middle of November. I think it's about the 18th today. Proper frost this morning. Lake's iced over. Just cat ice, to be honest. It's not very thick. Willow's quite frozen this morning, but main lake, as you can see, it's only going about halfway across. But it's the first sort of proper big frost of the year. So it's the first ice I've seen on here. Yesterday morning there was a little bit of ice in the Stock Ponds. Willow was a little bit of cat ice, but this morning they're all froze, more or less solid. So it's that'll really drop the water temperature, and that's going to really slows things down. Fishing's been quite slow anyway over the last couple of weeks. I think it seems to be the same all over. What I'm hearing from everybody's the same, but it's the time of year. Put the rods out. We have one rod out to the back of the island, just to the right hand side of the big tree here. Not tight. Again, unfortunately at the minute the line's laying actually on top of the ice, but I'd say it's very, very thin. It'll just pull through if I do get a run. The second rod's out over here on a zigrig. I'm just going to cast that about, chop and change depths with it today, and maybe colour as well, and just see if we can entice a bite. Fish have been spending a lot of time on the surface, coming down here every evening and seeing fish, you know, in the upper layers. So no doubt it's the same during the day. At night time it's easier to see them with the light in the water. You shine the light across, you'll see the fish. But we've had a busy week again at the fishery. What I'm up to from strimming again. Got the main lake more or less done. The little section over here to do. I'll show you from here. As you can see over along this bank, just this little section here to do, and among the willow, and that'll be it for the winter. So it's all trimmed down, all the reeds cut back, any loose branches, any bits and pieces within the margins we've gathered up, and it keeps it nice and fresh. As I say, it lets us see if there's anything wrong predator wise, anything going on that shouldn't be. I'll say also then in the spring as it all grows back lovely and fresh and clean. But it's looking good. Lovely morning. And if we don't get a bite, it's hard to beat sitting on a morning like that at the side of the lake. Right, we shall go and finish setting everything up. So the rods are in, and we'll see what the morning produces. And chat to you in a bit. Well, that's the little zigrig I was telling you about that I'm using. Just it's a zig from these zig liners from Bank Tackle. Same as the Fox ones, just a lot cheaper. Say it's the little yellow zig liner, just pushes over the hook, and has a little bit of black foam. Comes with a few different colours. You can chop and change whatever you want. And I'm just using that again with my standard inline lead. I don't bother changing any of this. You could go on a lead clip, and if you're fishing a really long zig, you might want to eject the lead. But again, no snags in here. Only light leads, only 1.5 ounces, so no need to. I'll say I'm fishing at about 4 foot from the lead, as you can see. Only thing I'm doing with it is, just before I chuck it out, I'm just dipping it in some Scopex liquid. Don't really think it matters what liquid you use, just to give it a little bit of extra attraction, let it soak into the foam. I'll say I'm just chopping and changing that. I'm just going to keep it at that depth. See, I've been seeing the fish on the surface. in the evenings. So we know that they seem to be in the top sort of 2 foot of water, so I know it's roughly 67 foot out there, so I'm fishing that, I said, 4 foot, just over 4 foot actually, it's about 4.5, and we'll see how that goes. We'll just keep moving it about, see if we're going to entice a bite. But there's very little showing, to be honest. This ice still hasn't melted. It's just after 11 o'clock. Still quite a lot of it. Start up the next peg, like you see. This side of the lake here is all, I'll say it is very thin, but this side of the lake's more or less solid ice. You can see like it's stones just go straight through it. It really is only sort of cat ice, but it is starting to melt. You can see it eating away, but we'll keep persevering with this zig. You can say the bar one's out. I just done a single bottom bait on a wee PVA bag of a few crushed boilies. I've just literally catapulted maybe half a dozen just in the area just to see, but once this ice moves back a bit, which hopefully it will, we'll get that rod re-chucked too. But we'll chuck this out again and see what comes of it. First fish of the session. Lovely little skilly mare. Not the biggest fish in the world, but it's winter, so the lake's half froze, so it fish is a bonus. And let's see, it's a blank. There she goes. Actually made a move. We were over here, as you saw on peg 7. I was expecting ice. Actually, the camera looks a lot further away than what it is, but it's right out past the island, coming right around here. Wasn't getting the line lay. I say there was a couple of fish that showed right up in tight to the island, and I say because of the line lay I was getting on top of the ice, it just seems to have got thicker, to be honest, and the sun's starting to drop away now. It's about 2 o'clock. Sun will be heading the opposite direction, so it's it made sense to move. Say it wasn't going to melt in time for me to even get a line down through it. So we just slipped everything around, clear everything back up again, and well, the move is paid off. See that nice little mare, will not complain at that. So we'll get this rod. I'll actually show you what I caught that on before I put the rod back out. Wee milky malt from DNA baits that we used actually on the last session. What do you think, Susie? A nice fishy. Just the same as we used in the last session. Wee milky malt from DNA baits, just a wee wafter, dumbbell, just the usual rig, slip D rig, and wee PVA bag of the flake maize and pellet. Just literally size of a 10p. That's all we're using. Just enough for a bite. And I say that one came actually quite tight to the island, just up to the left of the laurel. So I had saw a couple of fish roll out there. So yeah, move was worthwhile, putting the effort in. Sometimes that's what it takes. But lovely afternoon all the same. The other advantage of being over there was it was warm. See here, we're out of the sun. But needs must. Right, we'll tie our bag up, get this rod back out. See if we can't pick off another one before the end of the day. Well, nothing more to report so far. That ice hasn't shifted yet either. We definitely made the right decision coming around here. I'll say we got a fish, so that's all that matters. So one fish is a bonus at this time of year. It's just nice to be out. And you really are only fishing for a bite at a time, so without wishing to sound like Mr. Leon Barchop, it really only does take one bite this time of year to make a session. So we've had a good day. But that's that little section there I was talking about earlier that we still have to get trimmed down, tidied up, get this reed bed all stripped back for the winter, and that'll do all that work done. Tidy up these willows again, get them all cut back and weaved. A whole lot easier to weave when there's no leaves on them. So that's the task for tomorrow probably. Should have said earlier, we took that zig off when I moved around here. Because I've been seeing those fish showing off the tight to the island, I thought I'll put both rods out there. I'll say we changed one of that mulky malt which I showed you, so we caught the fish on, and the other one's just again on the bottom bait, and a little PVA bag of crushed boilies, and obviously it was the mulky malt that worked. Well, it's now the next day. It's near lunchtime. We've been strimming all morning, tidying this last reed bed up that we're talking about earlier. So that all work all done. See it all there through over the fence. We'll get that lifted with the tractor. So that's that little task complete. We'll just get the lawnmower now and gather up what's left of the bits and pieces laying about. No more fish yesterday, so we ended the session shortly after that. A few bits and pieces to go and do, so that ice didn't shift, but it's what a difference a day makes. It's now warm. It's about 7-8 degrees compared to yesterday being just above zero, and ice is obviously all gone. Well, you can see right around the lake there with all the work done, all trimmed back right the way around. So we just finished this little bit. Everything's sort of packed up, ready to go. Rain's just come on. We're lucky we got finished before it come on too heavy. Actually, last week I was out in the island doing a little bit more, and we created a little spot on the far side of the island. We'll put a wee picture up of it afterwards. A nice little shallow place where the bank was sort of undercut. It chopped it all back so you can cast right up in there. So that'll create a nice little area. But I say yesterday there was no more fish. Say we ended the session, but all it takes is one fish. Only takes one bite this time of year in the winter. Say that to make the day worthwhile. And even if we don't, it's about being out there and enjoying yourself. So that's that. You can really see there where we've stripped everything and tidied everything back. So we shall go now and gather all this lot up, get the mower, gather the bits and pieces up, and that'll be it all done. And thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the wee bell, it'll keep you updated. Give the video a wee like, and we'll chat to you next time.